Hey, I'm Sam. I'm the owner of Coastal Films, and for this week's Marketing Tip Monday, we're going to show you a few quick, super helpful tips to make great videos right on your cell phone. Because you don't always need a big professional setup like this to make great video content to connect with your audience.
I've been waiting for somebody just like
All right, so this is a super common lighting situation that you'll frequently encounter, whether at your home or place of business and you want to make a quick video. Oftentimes, we're battling window light. You want the lighting to look nice and even on your subject's face, but you don't want it to look bright behind them or too bright on them. So let's try to balance this out as well as we can. So if your subject is right in front of the window, what's going to happen is they're going to look dark and silhouetted. And if you try to brighten up for them, the window's going to look really blown out and your shot's going to look washed out and just not the most pleasing that it could look. And then if you darken it up for the window, they're going to be quite dark. So let's actually take advantage of that window and use it as front light. All right, so if we move her over this way, we can take advantage of some of that nice window lighting hitting your face. And now since the bright window isn't such a prominent part of the shot, we can actually brighten up the exposure on our phone just a little bit to capture some nice, even lighting on our subject's face. Now the shot looks lively and pleasing, and if Meredith was going to give a presentation, it would look a little bit like this.
Hello, welcome to our place of business. Thank you for being loyal customers.
Beautiful. All right, so that's a great, quick, simple way to kind of get you starting to think about how to make the most of your lighting situation indoors. And now we'll head outside just so you can see what it would look like if you wanted to film your video in a little bit more natural setting and take advantage of some of that beautiful outdoor sunlight. All right, so here's a pretty typical outdoor scene you might encounter here in Hawaii. So right off the bat, you see we encounter some of the same challenges as we had inside. So in order to make our subject's face reasonably bright, it's pretty bright behind her. So we can work with the angles here just a little bit and get a really nice shot. So let's have her go ahead and sit down. And then one thing to think about is whether it's an overhang or palm trees, anything like that that you can work with the angles so you don't see just bright sky, sunshine behind them is very helpful. So you can see the sun is kind of just outside over there. So kind of angling down helps break up some of that light, and the palm trees help a lot with that. So let's go ahead and actually, Meredith, sit in the corner of the shot there. We'll get some of the sun to hit the front of your face just a little bit, and then we'll rotate the camera. And I'd say that's actually a pretty nice looking shot. It's a little bit bright, but it is outside and it's sunny, and this is Hawaii, so that's a nice kind of charming look. We have the palm trees and just kind of a nice scene. We have an interesting background, and we have pleasing light that's not either too bright and blown out, and it's also not flat and dull. So that's kind of a nice in-between. And then Meredith, if you were going to give a talk, go ahead and just let us see what that would look like.
Hello, welcome to our business. Thank you for being loyal customers.
All right, that's pretty good. You can see the light does get a little bit bright on her face, so you can see if we turn too much towards the sun, it gets really bright. So we can kind of move this way and make sure we don't get too much hitting her face directly, and use that sun kind of at a 45-degree angle to the back of her. So it's kind of a nice background light, but it's not hitting the front of her face, blowing it out like that. So we just rotate there. And then another thing I like to think about, I'm kind of picky, but I try not to have like a pole sticking out of the back of someone's head or a plant or something like that. So you can kind of move around back and forth depending on what your scene is, and just try to play around with it so you can get kind of the best shot. All right, so let's say we like this shot. Meredith, one more time, show us what that would look like.
Hello, welcome to our place of business. Thank you for being loyal customers.
All right, thank you so much for checking out this week's Marketing Tip Monday. I hope that gave you some things to think about to make the best possible in-house video content with what you have available. Check in next week. We'll be back with more tips. Have a great week.